Blessings, sisters and brothers of this wonderful trading world. Let's get started with the explanation of my strategy on day trading. We are here on TradingView using BTC USDT perpetual futures. We are in the 1 hour time frame. So as you can see, my chart is quite clear. I will add one by one all the indicators that I use for this strategy. We will go first with volume. You just click once, close, go to volume indicators, double click, you click on the box volume MA, which is moving average. We can change the color once it's activated. Let's find something clearer like this, thicker. So now we can see the average volume on the 1 hour time frame. So whenever a candlestick has a volume which is greater than this line, look here, for example, it's more than the double of the length. This means that the big players on the market are choosing to have this value of the price. When it's so small volume and it's much lower than the average, this is mostly retail traders putting that price. These are not the whales, are not the institutional traders, etc. So these volume levels are not a good signal to take an entry. Big volume levels are a good reason to consider this true trend in a matter of speaking. So let's add as well the moving average exponential, which is EMA, once and twice. And we have here EMA. Okay, so we go to settings, we go to inputs, and here we change it for 25. We will go to style, find a thicker line so it's better to appreciate it, and the 25 I would like to use a gold one or yellowish. So this is the average of the price of the last 25 candlesticks. If I change the time frame, for example, now the line is showing me or us the average of the last 25 4-hour candlesticks. So have that clear in your mind. Okay, these lines here, these blue dot lines, are the division of the sessions. In cryptocurrencies is the day. So this was the beginning of a new day for the crypto market. This is the beginning of this day in particular. And we go now to the EMA, the other one. We go to inputs and we will put 50. We have 50. We change the color, a thicker line. We will leave that color. Okay. And we have all set up. How this strategy works? Okay, let me show you first the other chart that I already have prepared for you. As you can see here, we are in Bitcoin, Tether, US perpetual futures, Binance in particular, because it's the one that I use the most. You can use KuCoin, Bybit. You have so many great options out there. And we are here. How the strategy works: when the EMA, exponential moving average of 25, is crossing upwards the 50 EMA, this means a buy signal. Okay, this is for day trading, so this is a buy signal. When you take an entry, let's go bigger here so you can appreciate better. So you take the entry as close as you can to the candlestick that is creating this cross buy. So for example, could be this one. And the strategy is to risk 2% of the trade to earn 2% of the trade. Let's say we go with $100, so we are risking $20 of that trade, $2 of that trade to win $2. If we win, we go to the next, and we are trading right now with the 100 initial dollars plus the 2 of profits of this trade in particular. So now we are doing compound interest, which is $102, and we are trading again with $102 to risk 2% in order to win 2% of that in particular. So we need to do a back testing first to see if this happens every time that the EMA, the 25 EMA is crossing up the 50 EMA, and if this is safe to play. If you can see here, it took mostly 1 day and a half kind of to reach our target, our take profit level, but was a win trade. If we go smaller here, this was the 29th of September of this year, of course. This was a couple of days ago. We go here, well, not a couple, a lot of days ago. The next trade with this strategy was 13th of October. This is almost 2 weeks after, so was a while after. And we can see here the 25 crossing up the 50 EMA, and this was a win trade as well. So in the first, we earned 2% of the $102. Put in here 2%, so we are earning 2% on that compound interest of the previous one. We go a little bit forward. We don't find here till next trade, 24th of October. So this is not so often, this trade, but this strategy doesn't happen that much. But when it happens, as you can see, win again. So of 3 trades, 3 were a winning trade. This is a good win ratio. Next trade, 25 EMA crossing up 50 EMA, and we took an entry in the candlestick, one candlestick after the line that crossed up the 50 EMA, and this was a 5 minutes win trade, because winning trade, because look here, we entered in that very little hammer candlestick and it reached our goal. So 4 trades, we did a strategy, 4 winnings. Then next one, this was closer, this was yesterday. So we took an entry. This was a little bit riskier. Why? Because I saw that this line, the 25 EMA, was going upwards, okay? So it didn't cross at that point, but was going upwards. But I saw that the volume in which the trend reversed was double of the average. This means big players are deciding to change the trend. And when big players, institutional traders, hedge funds, whales, etc., even governments, they are trading cryptocurrencies, even if you don't think so, they are changing the trend. For whatever reason they are planning this, they put a lot of volume here. So now the trend is going the opposite direction, and because the EMAs were very, very close, very tight close, this is very pretty obvious for me that it will change. It's not a sure reason, it's not a technical analysis, it's not a technical analysis reason to enter the trade. It was more based on my experience that every time a reversal candlestick like this pattern appears with that great volume, much over the previous volume and over the average, this is a good entry point. Then a hammer, then another, and then we have our entry. So I took the entry here. The candlestick went beyond the 2% that we were looking for, so this was a winning trade. And today we had another one, the 25 EMA crossing upwards the 50 EMA on Bitcoin. This is still a Bitcoin. This is right now, as I am recording the video, I took this trade, and this was as well a winning trade. As we can see, was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours to be successful, and the volumes are quite great. We can say here officially the trend was reversing. This downtrend here wasn't that reverse here because the volume is mostly the average. It's a little bit higher, but look here. Here was really high. Here was not that high. And then we have two consecutive big volumes, a little bit one over the average, saying with the hammer, bullish hammer, that the trend is changing. And because the EMAs are pretty close, almost in the same line, it's obvious that at some point will change. So the volume is preparing, and boom, here we have our 2% in profits. Let's see some numbers of this strategy. We are here in werage.io. This is a page of a YouTuber, which is amazing. And he created this page to check the different numbers at the time I'm investing, trading, swing trading, moon trading, scalping. You can use it for all of this. So the strategy that I am using right now is starting with $100. Well, as you can see, the win rate was 100%. But let's say, for the sake of, I don't know, any potential loss, that we are just doing a 70 win rate. So every 10 trades, 3 we are losing, 7 we are winning, okay? So in 3 trades, a 2% of loss is triggered. In the 7 of the 10 trades, 2% is won. We are doing this for 21 days, 3 trades per day as maximum. So 21 multiply 3 trades per day, 21 days, the challenge, if you can say it like that. We have a number of 63 trades performed during that time. The leverage that I am using for this is 20. So every time we win 20 multiplied 2, this is 40% of 100. But every time that we lose, we are losing 40% of the investment. And because we are doing compound interest, when we lose, it will be very painful. But when we win, will be really satisfying. I am doing this on Binance. These are not actual my fees at the time because my fees are much lower. I am using BNB, Binance Coin, to lower the fees. Well, I am offering my referral code of Binance, so this gives you discounts, gives me discounts. So we don't have this number, it's much less, but I cannot edit it. Let's keep it like this. Let's say you are trading with these fees, and we click here, run a strategy. Remember, we are in winrate.io. So run a strategy, and after 63 trades, this is 3 weeks, 3 trades per week per day, with an initial investment of $100, 70% of win rate, that by now is 100. We didn't lose any trade, at least not on Bitcoin, at least not in the ones that I show you. 2% of profit, 2% of stop loss, 20 leverage. We are making a number of 1,134 net profit. This is counting with the fees and the loss. But he says this strategy will be 17,000-ish more profitable by using Bybit because of the lower fees. So if we click switch to Bybit, it will show us a different number. And if we go here, we have a chart when we can see in the graphic what happened with every trade. We have a peak here of 3,541 of profit, but then with the loss, of course, it's much less. Let's see. The first, let's say we started with a loss, we lost $44. This is a lot with an account of $100. Then we won 20. We are not even at the initial investment. Then we lost again. We are less than the half. Then we win a little bit more than the half. We are in the number 5 trade and we are not even breaking even. Then in the 6, we are having a little bit of real profit. Then 7, we have a lot of profit, but then in the 8, we are less than to break even. But as you can see, because we are winning 7 of 10, losing 3, these are the numbers. As I told you, every time we lose will be painful the more we go forward into this path. Because look here, the loss is 309. This is really painful. It doesn't matter if you have a lot of money. It's your account, you know? So, yeah. Look here, trade number 22. We are back to 174. This is like a lot of loss, considering we were coming from 700. And let's say we go with a higher win rate, and this is only 3 weeks. In 3 weeks with this win rate, you are making $1,134 out of $100. This is a lot. This is actually a lot. Currently, personally, because I am doing this strategy, 3 trades per day, during 21 days with $100, my win rate currently it's 90%. I am winning 9, losing 1. Let's see with my win rate how much is it. So this is $71,345 of net profit if you go with 9 winnings of 10 trades and you lose only 1. And you may think, oh, but that is a big number. And yes, it's a big number, but you are risking in every trade that you lose 2%. So let's see some of the loss that you have here. For example, this loss, the 26th trade, is 2,200 of loss. This is huge. This is really big. You suffer a lot. You sweat a lot because it's 40% of your account at that moment. But fear not, because let's say you have a win rate of 66%. It means you are losing 1, winning 2, losing 1, winning 2. And let's say you are a kind of Warren Buffett trader or investor. You are very conservative. So you go to a win ratio of reward risk of 2-1. So you want 2 of profit and risking only 1. 63 trades. This is 3 per day for a time of 3 weeks. 20 of leverage. You run the strategy. And you are doing a lot. So you are losing a lot. But every time you lose only 1% of that trade. And every time you win 2% of that trade. Only with 100, okay? We are not using a different number. We are putting only $100. This is not a big number to try. Let's say you are extremely Warren Buffett style of investing. Let's go with 10% of leverage. $7,000. Let's say you are the grandfather of Warren Buffett. You taught him how to invest. You are extremely conservative. Let's say you are going with 5 of leverage. You are still making in 3 weeks a lot. So if you use after the 21 days of doing this type of trade with 5 of leverage, which is extremely low with this strategy, as you can see that it's very accurate. Of course, this is not financial advice. You need to do your own research, and your money is your responsibility. You need to be in charge of what you do with that. You should not follow this video or any other advice that you don't understand and is not under your entire responsibility. But in my case, I am having, as I told you, 90% of win rate. Not 100 because sometimes I lose a trade, but it's 1 per 10. In this case, day 22nd that you will run another 3 weeks, but now you're starting with 918. Let's change this number, run again, same win rate. Okay, you didn't improve your technique, you're still stuck there, but with this reward risk ratio, this number of trades, again 3 per day during a period of 3 weeks, 5 leverage. The next 3 weeks you are doing this number, and this is being conservative, 5 of leverage. You are using only compound interest. You are not investing with a higher account than this. This is insane. And we see here, if you lose only 1%. If you win 2% on each trade. Of course, the higher we go, the more painful the loss is, and this is totally fine. You are seeing less trades than 3 per day because it will happen. Okay, you take only one per week, take only one per day. It's totally fine. But after 63 days, which I am following this strategy, I always do only 3 trades per day, and only when all the criteria are fulfilled, not before, not after. If the 25 EMA crossed and I didn't take the entry, I am out. I look for another one. So let me share you my watch list. It's just an example. This is my watch list for futures trading. Of course, I have one for spot trading, much shorter, and I have here kind of the more hot trading pairs to do this strategy. And if we go a little bit like this, we can see, for example, this is way already started. Not, you can see here on this engine coin versus Tether perpetual futures 1 hour, we had an entry at the beginning of this day. Anchor, we didn't have one here, but if you follow other rules, for example, you could have entered in this candlestick once you saw the reversal. But that is another strategy that we won't go through in this video. Here we didn't have an entry. Here we had an entry. This was a bounce of the 25 EMA on the 50. This could also work. I took this entry actually early today. Was a winning, of course, because let's check this. This is very badass candlestick. This went almost 5% up, and my profit is 2%. I am not moving the stop loss. I am not changing the strategy once it's meeting the criteria. I am all in. I don't change the stop loss. I wait to hit the stop loss or to hit the take profit. So you need to be attached to the plan. Don't change it because it doesn't work if you don't accept the loss. Here in Alice, same, the beginning of the day, a very winning candlestick. Here we didn't have a call, an entry. We are having one here. This is actually a trade that I have opened. Well, I won. As you can see, was pretty close to touch my stop loss here. I sweat a little bit, but it's okay. Then this was all the way up, touch here, so the take profit already triggered. My entry was around here of this candlestick, okay? This red candlestick that for psychological purposes, because I trade a lot and I am constantly on the computer, I advise you to use glasses to protect you from the blue light. This is very, very important, and this is just $100 that will save your sight for the rest of your life. And then the green ones, in my case, I turn it into golden ones because psychologically these connect us with abundance. And then the other one looks kind of pinkish, but is a tone of violet. Violet is related to transformation. So you don't want to see red, you know, like blood and the market is bleeding. Oh my God. No, you're seeing a transformative candlestick. You know, it's kind of more spiritual for me. And as an astrologer and yoga teacher, it's more accurate and aligned. Let's see a couple of other coins. This was not giving an entry call unless you took it here. Of course, you can do this for long-term investment, like 2-3 days. If you took the entry here, now you will be 22% up. And if you are doing the 20%, the 20 leverage strategy, you are right now 440 up. This is insane. This is a lot for anyone. Then on Bell, no, 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 no. Yes, this was a yes here at the beginning of the day with Algorand. Bitcoin, as we saw, yes, here. Let's say Bitcoin is extremely stable. It's the grandfather of all the cryptocurrencies, and it had a 3% 22 reward. So multiply 20, do the math, more than 60. This is a lot as well for Bitcoin. Ethereum, we had the call entry here, but let's see, it doesn't look like it was a winning one. Well, you could took this one. If you took that one, let's see if it was a winning one. Yes, it was, but you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, it was more than 1 day of waiting in the trade. So you couldn't do 3 that day because you were stuck on this trade. You need to be careful about that because Ethereum, Bitcoin, they are like too slow in the changes. So you won't see that often a change of 10% or 2% even, sometimes for Bitcoin, Ethereum. But look here on this list, Loopring, 27%. I mean, you of course will do the 2% of profit on your strategy. Engine and all these coins, look Alpha, 14%. So look Bitcoin, 4%. Of course, you need to see the strategy going on. If you don't see this, it's not this strategy. It won't be accurate with this particular method looking for this win rate. We don't see here, we have one here, but this was a bounce, was not a crossing. As well, I will took the entry here, and we had a winning there. Well, this one as well, this is another call. I was monitoring this one, so I will took the entry here, and we are expecting around here. Okay, so we need to see this trade. This was a very big badass red candle. It's not that impressive because of course it's not red for us in this chart. Cosmos is giving one right now. I will check it later. This will be a good entry, but this is much better. Of course, we need to see some fundamentals, what is going on. But look here, this is breaking the trend, and this is much more strong than this decision of going down. So we need to draw some lines of support, resistance, etc. But I will say that also what I do is when I have some doubts, I do some Fibonacci levels, and usually when the trend is changing and going downwards, goes to the golden ratio and from there goes up. So I will set the limit order to buy perhaps between this level 0.5 to the golden ratio, something in between, but I will wait that this goes down, and when I see it's going up again with big volume and this is still playing, the 50 EMA is crossing upwards, then I take the entry. So it's not only the EMAs, you can use several indicators, but always do your own diligent research. And we have AVAX, didn't give here, but gave one important here. Of course, if you took this entry, you are not in profit, but in crazy, insane profits. Well, here was one, the 30th of October. Then here we had one yesterday, kind of in the early morning of New York, at least. Then another one here. This was a winning as well because, yeah, was a winning. So as you can see, it's pretty much very accurate. In rare occasions, as the ones that I am losing, it's 1 of 10 trades. So let's check again, just playing with the number. If you make 81%, which is a number even more realistic for most of the traders. You are starting with $100, you are doing 81% of win rate, okay? So every 100 trades that you are performing, you are winning 81, losing only 19, right? Yeah, 19. So take profit 2%. Let's put this more generous, 2% as well. 63 trades. I like to use 20 leverage for this. And there you have 44,877. Of course, perhaps you cannot do this number in 3 weeks because you don't find that often this 25 EMA crossing upwards the 50 EMA, but after, it doesn't matter in how much time, how many days, after 63 days, you can reach this number. If you check, you click run a strategy again, this number will change because it depends on if you are starting winning or losing. That will change the final result. So let's check. You see, it's changing, but it's not going negative. It's not going under 20,000. So this is really a lot, guys and girls. $100 only with this risk, and you're risking only $100. And again, you can go with much lower. Let's say you are the great grandfather of Warren Buffett and you want to go with 3 of leverage, you are still making some money, and this is nice because after this time you are doing again, but with 544, which is not a joke. It's very good money. Look this. Now you are doing, you have already now 6 weeks. Let's go with for the 9 weeks. You are using the compound interest, and you are doing very nice numbers. You don't need to take extreme risk, putting your money in pools in which you know nothing about, or moving a lot of money. And $100 is quite affordable for most of us. So yeah, build your account slowly. You can use exactly the same strategy with $10 if your situation is really difficult. It's totally understandable. Let's say you use 15 of leverage. Well, this is insane with $10. Let's go with less winning rate just in case. Well, with $10, $41, then from there you build more and more and more, and this is amazing, guys. So I invite you to check this page, check on the description the links to create an account of Binance with my referral code. We have both getting some benefits out of it: KuCoin, Coinbase, Bybit. You can use this strategy without leverage, of course, as well. And well, I hope you take a lot of advantage of this method. Be careful with your money. This is very risky. It's a lot of leverage. It's not advised to use that much. Do a very thorough research. Binance Academy has a lot of content to understand properly how leverage works, how futures trading works. Don't jump into trading because you see some nice sweet numbers. It took me a lot of time, and I have many degrees on computer sciences, on finances. So I am not a new, I am not a beginner to this topic, to these things. So you don't just jump into this. It's very normal to blow up many accounts before becoming yourself profitable. Try to do it as less as possible by following a strategy, having a proper stop loss and take profit level. Don't just be taken by greed or fear. Always do your own research. Always trust your own technical analysis, your own fundamental analysis. You don't know who is the guy, the girl sending, these calls, these entries. You don't know if that person is actually profitable. You're not seeing the numbers on his account. So always be careful with your money, because it's your money at the end of the day, and you need to understand this. Empower yourself and do a great strategy out of this information. You don't even have to follow these exact instructions, but I am doing this for a long while. Well, many of you know me. I am very profitable. I am very happy with that, and I would love to help you to become even more than you are right now. Think twice. Choose the right exchange. Here you can see many others with their respective fees of the limit order and market order. And we see each other on Moon Trading channel on Telegram or in the next video. Namaste. Have a blessed and beautiful, profitable day all.